Hey everyone, welcome to Two Car Pros. My name is Ryan, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to change the starter out on a 2005 Ford F-150 with a 5.4 liter V8. Now when I changed the starter out, I was replacing the entire engine and transmission, doing a whole build that is here on my channel. I'm just cutting it up a little bit differently in this video so it's easier to find just doing the starter. You might also notice that the exhaust is out of the way. You do not need to do that for this repair. I've done starters on these trucks before. You don't need to take the exhaust off. It's just not going to be there in this video for filming reasons. It's just easier to see if the exhaust is not in the way. But again, you do not need to remove the exhaust in order to get the starter out. With all that out of the way, let's put some eye protection on and get started. So before we do anything, let's go ahead and take the negative terminal off of the battery with an 8mm deep well or wrench. And go ahead and wiggle that off and then store it down in a way that it can't accidentally touch while we're working. And on this truck, there's kind of only one way to get to it, and you can see the problem with me filming it. My hand's in the way. There's really no other way for me to go for it. So I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna remove as I go. The two bigger nuts are 13mm, the smaller one is 10, and then the ground back here is also 13. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all of that. Sorry I can't show you because, again, my hands are going to be in the way, but trust me, you're not missing much. I'm just taking nuts off. So where you're looking now is what you'd basically call the backside of the transmission. This is our bell housing. Here's our starter solenoid, and our starter is back there. But you can see the two fasteners that are the easy ones to get to, and they're right here and right there. But you take those out, the starter still doesn't come out. What's going on? Well, the starter is held in with 3 fasteners, and the reason I haven't shown you the top one is because, well, it's really stinking hard to get to. So basically, you have to come up and over with your hand and feel it right about where my middle finger is. Apologies if that's insanely difficult to see, but there's really nothing I can do about that. I've already gotten the bolt out from the top, and I used this extension arrangement that is 7 inches and 1/4 long, and it basically runs the entire length of the starter. It runs the entire length of the starter, and then you just put it up top and fish it up there onto the bolt head, and then you can turn it, the ratchet, from the back of the starter, and you can get that bolt out. So go ahead and remove that top bolt. Again, apologies I didn't show you guys. There's nothing I can do. You can't get a camera up there. I can't even see up there. I'm just using my hands and feeling around. So remove those 3 fasteners, and I'm going to remove those other 2 right now, and then our starter should just come out. So the other 2 fasteners are a bit easier to get to. However, the bottom one does require a deep well, which I have right here on a universal, and I can just buzz that off. It should come out nice and easy. Side note, if you try to use an impact socket on here, it's not going to work because the sidewall of the socket is too thick. So you remove that fastener. And remember that where that one goes, the bottom one's special because it has that extra thread for the ground. So for the center bolt, I'm using my arrangement I used for the top bolt, which is that 7 1/4 in length. And I'm going to kind of almost lasso it on the top there, and then put it on the bolt head, and then I can just turn it from the back of the starter. I might have to brace it with the other hand. And once you remove this bolt, be careful because you don't want the starter falling on you unexpectedly. This one's working. So there's our last bolt right there. I can put that away. And then move the starter towards the front of the truck. Just like that. And down. Check that out. Our starter is completely free. And we can maneuver it towards the front of the truck. So where you're looking now is the front of the truck. Here is our oil pan and our axle for four-wheel drive. If you don't have four-wheel drive, it's not gonna be in the way. And what we can do is grab our starter since it's completely free, and I'm gonna negotiate it out the front. You have to get these little wires out of the way. I have to rotate it and kind of twist it and bring it down and away. So here's our starter right out of our truck that you just saw. And I've already replaced our bolts. Those are the ones I just took out. And the reason I wanted to show it out of the truck is because you can't see this top one. This top one is quite the stinker. And I want to show exactly how I got that done. So I have my 7 1/4 inch extension with a regular size socket, or not a deep well, just a regular depth, and a 3 4 inch extension. And check it out, right on the head of the bolt, it's basically the length of the starter. So that way, when I put a ratchet on, imagine you're down there, you can actually clear that and it fits really well. See that gap right there? It's exactly what you want, and you're able to actuate and get those bolts out of there. And then when it's too loose for the ratchet to actuate, but not loose enough to use your fingers, I have a thumb ratchet, I think these are called, and I will leave a link down below in the description to one, and then you can just kind of actuate like this. See how nice that is? It really helps getting in those tight crevices. So that is basically how to do that. Nice 7 1/4 inch extension arrangement for the top, and even this middle one was really the key. So here's our new starter. We can worry about putting that in now. I did go with an AC Delco brand new unit, not a remanufactured unit, because I don't want to deal with taking it back out in the future. And honestly, the new ones are the way to go if you ask me. And I think it's going to look really snazzy. I couldn't find any other ones that I liked from a reputable brand, so I went with AC Delco, and I think it is going to be a really nice unit. And it, oh man, that is really nice. Check that out. Here are the bolts that affix it to it. The one with the stud I'm going to be putting on the bottom, and the other two are going to go here and here. So we can go ahead and install our brand new AC Delco starter, and the link is down below in the description for that. So we can grab our starter and kind of orientate it to the 3 bolt holes that are lined up and kind of fish it through. I do apologize, my hands are going to have to be in the way. They haven't invented invisible hands yet. Trust me, when they do, I'll buy a set. There we go. Line it up so the 3 bolt holes match up. That looks pretty good. Got the bolt with the stud on it. I'm just gonna put that one in the bottom because that's where our ground is gonna go. And why make it harder on yourself when you can make it easier on yourself? So now we're on the back side of where the starter mounts, and I'm sorry, there's absolutely nothing I can do to show you the bolt that is up there, the hard one to get. All I can tell you is I used a 4-inch extension and like a 2-inch extension on a 13mm socket, and kind of came up the back here and came all the way around like this. And it just took trial and error of like 13 different socket types to get onto that bolt way up there. There's nothing I can do. You can't see it. So I hope you'll just take my word on it. And I don't have a torque spec either. It just tights fine. So then I can do this middle one that you can actually see if my hands aren't in the way. Just 1 arm tight will be sufficient. There we go. And then we're going to need a deep well for the stud one on the bottom, the easy to see one. There we go. Starter installed. Now we just need to hook up the electricity to it. So I've already taken the lock, washer, and nut off the main power feed for the car. Don't worry about this one. Leave that one how it came. And I've also taken off the little one for the trigger wire. So we can go ahead and grab our big red power cable, this guy right here, and maneuver that up so it is on the starter itself, like that. And if your cable is really corroded or rusty, go ahead and clean that off so you get maximum cranking power. Just like that. Look at that. Looks nice. So then grab a 14mm wrench, and we're just going to tighten that down. And when you're tightening this down, only wrist tight, and I am very serious about that. Don't go crazy on it, because this is just sitting in porcelain, and if you over tighten it and you hear a little go ahead and take the starter back out, it's ruined. So, you know, don't do that. Just wrist tight, just like that, is absolute perfection. And now we can put the trigger wire on. We can grab our trigger wire, that's this little one, and it goes on the little stud. Ooh, dusty. And then we can grab the lock washer, and put it on after our wire, just like that. And then grab our nut and put it on the stud. And it's a 10 millimeter. So just snug that down too. This wrist tight be sufficient. It's a really low torque figure if you really can't get it. That only wrench wasn't working for me, so swapped her out for a socket. Little 1/4-inch drive ratchet. And again, don't go crazy on this. It's just a little teeny tiny, not on a stud. Just, wrist tight is perfectly good. So then we can put our main ground wire on. There we go. Goes on that stud. Has a pretty good sized nut for it too. And this nut is a 15 millimeter. So go ahead and snug that down. One arm tight on this one. All right, nice and tight. And then put our battery cable back on. Now what I like to do is just touch the battery cable to there to see if we get any kind of sparking, because if we get sparks, we don't want it to ignite the gases of the battery. No sparks, we're perfectly good. Go ahead and put that on, looking nice. And then our deep well 8 millimeter, we'll just snug that down. Doesn't have to be Hulk tight or anything. Just snug is good, and you can give it a little wiggle. Not going anywhere. That is very, very nice. So that is how to replace the starter on a 2005 Ford F-150 with that 5.4 liter V8. Pretty easy, pretty standard. This is a very normal starter replacement. You just need that specific length series of extensions that I went over in the film. But other than that, once you get the hang of it, it's really, really simple and an excellent way to save money. A mechanic's probably going to charge you $700 to $1,000 to do this job. With the part cost included. I think the starter was something like $200, $300, something like that for a good quality starter. Do not cheap out on your starter. Don't do it. You're going to regret it. You're going to be right back doing this job in about a month or two if you cheap out on a starter. I use that AC Delco unit, and I've had it in the truck for a few years now, and it has been perfectly good. So I'd either go Motorcraft or AC Delco on that starter, and the link is located down below in the description, along with any kind of tools or things I think you might need. While you're down there, consider clicking that join button, which is a direct way to help out my channel. You'll get tons of perks as well as little emojis and icons. Pretty cool stuff. Barring that, a like, comment, and subscription go a long way in telling the YouTube algorithm that I did a good job, and I'd so appreciate it. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.